Hey everyone, it's Susie, and I hope that you are having a really fun, creative day. I have a journal that I finished up, and I wanted to share it. It is made with the Misty Rose collection from Prima. Excuse me. And I've just added seam binding there to the spine, and I've tied it with a little seam binding, sorry, silk, and I tied it with some sorry silk. And then I've got one of these pretty little these small, I believe I call them the small fancy flowers, and I've got a wildflower in the shabby pink, and then I've got a little vintage button. Of course, the wildflowers are in the shop, and so are the little small fancy flowers. And then I've just added little bits there and pieces of crocheted lace. So, and this is the back. I've added a little butterfly. This is just a cut out of the 12 by 12. It says "So Special" there on the back. This was really a fun journal to make. I did actually put some eyelets in this one for the ties to go in, and I just tied it with a knot. I didn't want double ties there because I wanted to wrap it around, so I just kind of tied them in a knot there to hold. And of course the cover has the foiling in it. I don't know if that's showing up on camera or not, but anyway, it has the foiling on it. It's from the 12 by 12. I've got some Pinterest images, and then just Prima paper. I did do the inside with some of the vintage pattern paper, tissue paper that comes out of the old vintage patterns. And I've got a linen pocket. I've just stitched some pretty little vintage crocheted trim, and I've added, of course, that's just another one piece of that Pinterest image there. This is some drawer liner paper. I used this in another journal that I had. It's so pretty. It did smell like rose. I think it's kind of lost its smell now, but oh, it smelled so good when I first got it. And anyway, it's to line your drawers with. It's so pretty, but I just thought it would go good in this journal. And here I've added, this is just a sticker here from the Prima collection. I did some stitching. I did use just a really light pink thread to stitch in this one. I didn't go with the dark, and then I did add some script stamping in it. I've got coffee dyed and not coffee dyed paper in it. You know, my white paper is not coffee dyed. And here I've just stitched around this. This is just from the little die cuts you can buy out of the same collection from Prima. I just did a little layering there, and then there's a Pinterest image. This is from the I don't know if that's sticker or not. I think it is. I think that might be the stickers. I don't think I cut that out. This is just a tea filter. These are the tea filters that I found at a sale. They're actually square, and I've just folded it up and made a pocket out of it. I did do some little script stamping on it as well. It does have the 4 holes in it. You can kind of see that has a little perforation right there. I left them in there. I didn't try to do anything with them because it is a tea filter. That's just for it to set down in that little basket, I guess, when you're making coffee. There is some of the washi tape that goes with the collection. Excuse me. Anyway, that washi tape is just beautiful. I actually ordered some more of it. I like it that well. And then this is just a glassine bag that I actually stitched around this, but I have printed that on vellum. I haven't done that in so long. I used to print a little bit on vellum or use vellum, and I just don't do that anymore. And I thought that would sure be pretty in this journal. So here I have just actually made a little journaling spot here, our journaling paper. It is from that Vintage Trading Company paper. I have this in the shop. I actually just copy dyed it is what I did, and it really came out pretty. And I've just clipped it on with one of those vintage type clips. I don't remember whose this is. I think this is just a Hobby Lobby. That square parts or spare parts or whatever it is that Hobby Lobby carries, I think is what that come from. And then here is just one of the, I believe this is just the large glass scenes that I have in the shop I've used here. There's some more of that vellum I've printed on, and I've stitched around it with that really light pink. Let's see if I can get it in the camera there. It's just a really light pink thread. This here is some of the die cuts that I've ordered from Sagita. I order her coffee dyed papers if I'm after a journal or something that she's done, and I actually am there quick enough, I guess I should say, to order one, then I usually order the coffee dyed paper and some other things just to justify the shipping. You know, if you're gonna have to pay to have that shipped, you might as well get everything you want. But anyway, I ordered these with some coffee dyed paper, and I'm not sure if it was a journal or what I ordered with this, but anyway, I've just added some pages for journaling. This is her die cut. I think she still has that available in her shop, as a matter of fact. And here is one of those remittance envelopes. They just have the long flaps. I have these in the shop, and I have used the washi tape on both sides. I didn't put anything in the pocket. Pictures or something would be really fun in that. And anyway, I've just kind of covered that over so the sticky wouldn't you know, accidentally close the envelope. This is a Prima butterfly as well, and I just did a little layering with some cheesecloth and satin ribbon. That is really fun. This paper is just super gorgeous. This is actually a real antique paper clip. I got that out of I bought a bunch of old papers and things, and that was actually in there. That's an actual antique paper clip. It's not even rusted by me. It's the real deal. And here is, I've just kind of was playing, and I added a little flip book there. This is part of that vintage paper there that I have in the shop. And then here is just a little layer. This is some vintage tatting, some lace, crocheted lace on the back, and then another vellum printable. And then here is just a white envelope is all it is, and I've stitched around this vellum and put it on the envelope. And then here is the front of this, and I just made a little tag, and this sticker is actually from the collection as well as that. And then it's just a very small booklet here. It's got a little washi on it, and it just sits in the pocket there, or in that little bag. And then here is a Pinterest image here, and this is some more real pretty vintage tatting. I love tatting. It is my favorite of all vintage things. I love tatting. And this is just a manila envelope tag here, shipping tag. And then here is another remittance envelope. And I've done the same thing. I've just layered on it, and this is the washi I used on it, a little smaller washi from the collection, and then another one of the real deal vintage paper clips there, and the butterfly from Prima. Here is that drawer liner paper I've used to just make a pocket, and then this is some vintage lace I found over the weekend, this last weekend. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. And then just a Pinterest image there. And then here is a tea filter here. And I don't have these in the shop, but I do have them over at Creative Cafe Facebook. I have them there. And then I've just a tag I've made to put in there. The shabby chic flower there. Now this is not a wildflower. I think when she made this, she was trying to figure out kind of how she was going to do her wildflowers, and so I benefited from that. That's a real pretty little flower there. And then here is another image. I've used that. I did use several of the images just over, a couple of times. And then here is a vintage hanky is what this was. And then I've just layered it. Layered it there. I think it was a hanky. I can't remember now. It was small, whatever it was. It may have not been a hanky, but... And then I've done some layering with some of the Prima die cuts there, and then another place just to little flip book to journal. I've just stitched it on. And then here is another glass scene, and this is just a cut from the 12 by 12, and then another one of the little booklets made with Sagita's little die cut paper there. This is just a collage. It's not a pocket or anything. I've just kind of glued it down there. And then here is a tag. It's just blank on the back. This is just a Pinterest image. I've printed on vellum. Also did some stitching on it. And so pretty that vellum is. Oh, this here, I found this also over the weekend, this last weekend. And I usually put the actual vintage postcards in my journals, but this I just couldn't let go because this is such a pretty pink that it's hard to find a really pretty postcard with this color of pink and green. So this here I just actually copied and put in there. I couldn't let the original go on that one. And then just did some washi here on this music sheet. And then the back, I made another linen pocket here and just added, this is just some Hobby Lobby trim there. And then just another one of the little folded envelopes with that drawer liner for journaling. And then I added some extra little images that I actually didn't get in the book, so to just kind of play with whoever gets this journal. So anyway, and then of course here is the back. So guys, this is my Misty Rose journal. I absolutely love this collection. I have plenty of it. Don't know when I'm going to get back to making another one, but especially with Halloween and fall and all that going on. But this is super cute. It is a little chunky. But it's full. It's a full journal. Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this, and thanks so much for watching. I do have a hardcover journal. I'll kind of give you a sneak peek of it. Here it is. I'm working on that. I had to do a tutorial on the binding, and it may already be out before I get this video. I'm not sure how I will put the videos out, but anyway, I'm working on some fall and Halloween stuff. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.